We're in Deadwood visiting with Taylor Ballard with the Lee Deadwood Baseball Association, visiting with you about the new Cal Ripken League coming up this summer.
First of all, thanks for having me. But Lee Deadwood Baseball Association is going to be registering with Cal Ripken this summer for the first time in a long time. And by registering, I mean we're going to be having our own Cal Ripken charter for the area. Previously, we haven't had our own charter, so all of our chartering has gone through Sturgis or elsewhere. So we're establishing our own charter in Lee Deadwood, and then Sturgis, Spearfish, and Belfouche will all be making the switch with us as well.
For those who know Little League Baseball, and we'll call it Little League because there's a difference between Williamsport Little League and Cal Ripken, it's a 12 and under league.
Correct. It's 12 years and under, and so what that means is kids that are 4 years old in T-ball through 6 years old can play T-ball underneath the Cal Ripken charter. And then there's a machine pitch division, which would be 7 and 8 year olds. And then it goes into the player pitch minors, which is 9 and 10, and then majors, which is 11 and 12. And Cal Ripken actually gives us an option to modify the rules a little bit in that majors group to help them move up to senior Babe Ruth or American Legion, whatever we decide to do once they reach 13 years old.
When you talk about modifying those rules, what are you talking about?
Generally, for 12 years and under, your bases are at 60 feet from home base, and the field is, the dimensions are obviously smaller. There's an option for 70-foot bases in majors for Cal Ripken, which also allows you to have a leadoff player. So instead of going from 60-foot bases with no leadoff, with an abrupt jump to 90-foot bases and a leadoff when you get 13 years old, there's kind of a middle level there. Because the idea of Cal Ripken is to progress the players from hitting a standing ball in T-ball to a consistent ball from machine pitch to a player pitch ball where they're trying to throw strikes, and you're increasing the field size as you go up. Cal Ripken's going to help us develop the players in a little bit more linear fashion. So in majors, you can do an option for 70-foot bases and a leadoff to kind of help them get that groove and feel before they reach 13 years old.
So let's say Little League Majors for the 11 and 12-year-olds in the Northern Hills, the four towns in the Northern Hills, are they all going to go with the 70-foot bases and lead off?
I think we'll probably discuss that as the season goes. This is the first time that we've done this charter, so we probably don't want to install new rules right away. But maybe as the season progresses and we have some players that are capable of doing that, then we can have that discussion before the game between the two coaches or the two programs.
Taylor, in addition to the teams in the Northern Hills, who else would they be able to play?
Well, basically, we'd be able to play anybody that is under the Cal Ripken umbrella. So that includes some teams from Wyoming, like Newcastle, potentially Gillette. There's a lot of North Dakota teams. We've already been invited to a tournament in Bismarck, Dickinson, North Dakota. Places like that have that capability to play us, and we just want to have good games. So mostly we're going to try to stay in the Northern Hills, but if we can establish Cal Ripken relationships elsewhere, like Wyoming, North Dakota, potentially Rapid City, if they decided to make that the switch, then that would be great.
Taylor, I understand you got some exciting improvements coming up here in Deadwood.
One of the things that we have to tackle before every game is obviously having a good mound. In Deadwood, we live in a hilly country, as you can see, and we don't really have a lot of flat faces. So where we can travel to Belfouche, where they have 5 fields, Deadwood doesn't have that luxury. We only have 2 here, which means that all of baseball and all of softball share the same 2 fields. And what we've had to do in the past is build a new mound before every baseball game and tear down that same mound before every softball game. So what we're hoping to do is we're going to try to get some sponsorship money and try to work towards getting a professionally built portable mound that would be certified through Cal Ripken and Babe Ruth and high school baseball that we would be able to place on the field and remove after every game instead of having to build a new dirt mound every game.
And for parents who want to get their kids signed up here in the Lee Deadwood area, how do they get in touch?
So the most straightforward thing would be to visit our Facebook page, which is Digger Baseball. And on Digger Baseball, there's going to be a link to a website called Team Linked, and that's actually a website we have. That's where you would register. It's a very straightforward online form. You just click through it and you fill out all the information for your player, and that'll get sent to me in a database. Otherwise, you can just call me. My cell phone number is 605-591-9986, and I'll make sure that I'll get you all of the information.
You've been around baseball and your family a long time.
Yeah, I've been playing baseball since I was a little kid. So 10 years. I was 10 years old when I started playing baseball. So I've been in baseball for 19 years. I have numerous years of experience coaching in both Lead Deadwood and Belle-Fourche. And this will be my first full year as a president of the association, but I've served as a member for 2 years now.
All right, Taylor, thanks for visiting about the upcoming Cal Ripken Baseball League.
Thank you for having me, and so thankful that you guys came up here for this.